Shivaya. Namaste. Thanks for guys for joining with me today. It's been a kind of wild morning actually. It's kind of turned us into kind of a philosophical and kind of spiritual morning. Last night I couldn't really sleep very well, and I woke up in the middle of the night with like a bad migraine. And I've just been kind of waking up with it all morning, and it's been kind of gnarly. And but then it made me wake up quite a bit. I decided to finally get up in the morning much earlier than I had originally anticipated. But the kind of the beautiful thing with that is then it allowed me to kind of take this time to like really come into the space of the morning. And I took a shower. It was like a nice like long shower, and I kind of meditated, and I was doing abhishekam, which is kind of like pouring water over my Shiva Linga, and I was just kind of chanting and doing a little bit of prayer and contemplation, and and it really brought me into this really just like beautiful space, and then this morning, it gave me all of this like this whole mood of inspiration and bhav, and sort of just like connecting to this like higher blissful self, even though my physical body was like feeling cruddy. Like I even threw up this morning because of my migraine. So I was like, when I first thought, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm possibly going to be teaching yoga today. I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? Oh gosh, But then it kind of transmuted into this beautiful morning, and now I've just been so inspired, and I'm actually feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty, and it's just been since chanting and singing. So I thought we'd kind of start today with a couple of chants. They're both chants I actually learned this like last weekend or last week with Saul David Ray. And it was such a beautiful week, and I just feel so inspired and connected into these sort of divine feeling, the divine bhav of just sort of my being right now, and sort of also in what sharing chant, what sharing satsang, being in sangha, being together, in communion together, even in this virtual space, how powerful and transformative that can be. And the first song I'm going to do is it's talking about the river, and it's talking about this sort of water and being fluid, and it's talking about the Divine Mother. And it's really, it's really beautiful. It's very hard to hear me. Why would that be hard to hear me? I'm gonna just try to speak louder, I think. I don't know how to. Is it loud right now when I'm this close? Okay, maybe I just need to speak loud. Okay. Is that guys? Doing Zoom and Facebook Live. So this beautiful concept of the river and the Divine Mother, and sort of coming into this water nature, this idea of possessing a certain sense of fluidity in our being. There's this beautiful saying that I think Saul said this last week about how the ocean accepts all rivers. So it accepts all that's coming into it. And I think this is very much like the divine, the true essence of the divine. It's accepting of all paths, of all traditions, of all journeys. Even if it's a non-spiritual journey, it accepts that into itself in this beautiful way. It's this loving essence that just holds space for everyone unconditionally as their sort of deeper underlying essence. And there's this beautiful concept of like we're all, it's like we're all individual droplets of water. If you take a cup of ocean water, out of the ocean, it's still ocean. Its essence is still ocean. You know, it might not possess the potency of the ocean as a whole, but it is still just the ocean. It's still the same water. And it's like, if you imagine that, you know, we're all these individual droplets of water sort of on our own journey. You know, some of us, we land in places and we stay there for a while. Maybe we end up in a lake or a pond. Some of us end up in a creek, and then eventually a river, and then eventually the ocean. And this is sort of like our spiritual journey, our life journey, is that we sort of travel through all these things. You know, we transform in all these ways. Sometimes we go up into the sky, sometimes we go into the water, sometimes we're traveling across land, sometimes we're nourishing this and that. You know, it's just this whole back and forth journey that we have. But ultimately, all of those journeys lead us back home to the ocean, to the whole. This beautiful thing that is a part of us. It is who we are. And this is talking about, you know, also, you know, the Divine Mother, our Mother Earth, Bhumi Mata, Mother Gaia. You know, all of our ancient traditions talk about the Mother, the Divine Mother. You know, in our forests, our rivers, everything. You know, there's a Divine Mother and a Divine Father, and it's beautiful. But today we're going to kind of honor both of those essences. So we're going to start with this song. It's going to be a mixture of English lyrics and mantra. Both of these songs were written by Saul David Ray. And hopefully I won't mess up. We'll just enjoy it and get a little lost in the feeling of it. Sing along if you'd like. You can try it.
Jaya
Dharma, Dharma. That's so good. There's all these beautiful aspects of the divine that we can connect to, that we can reach out to within ourselves, within nature, within meditation, within yoga, within music and art, within everything, and it's all there. It's all there just for us to become aware of, to open our hearts and minds to. And when we do, it's like the whole world takes on this whole new form, this whole new radiance and beauty. And it's like you can really appreciate that, in everything, and it's wild, and it makes me super emotional. It's so good. So we're going to sing another song to the Divine Father, Father Nature. It's this Bolo Bolo Sada Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. So Bolo is like sing out to the eternal Shiva, the eternal consciousness, the eternal essence, all that is connecting us, all nature, all divinity, our inner wildness and our inner freedom. It's just like this idea that we're perfect as we are, that we are already that which we seek. We're already our perfect version of self. We're already capable of living our perfect life. It's right here, right now. You're living it, and it's just this idea of waking up to it and opening our hearts, opening our minds, letting go of all these rigid expectations, all these constructs, that we believe, all this fear, all this anxiety. It has no purpose. It's, we put it onto ourselves and we pay homage to it, but why? We're so much more than that. Life is so much more than that. And if we can really tap into that sacredness, tap into our inner wildness, our primal expression of just being a human being, it's so important. It's so important. So we'll just sing this chant to Shiva, and if you would like, you can sing along or just kind of meditate. This is also another one that I learned from Saul David Ray this last week. Bolo, bolo, Shiva Sundari. Alright, thank you guys for doing some chanting with me. We'll get into some movement. I'll play around here. So, just get comfortable here in your body. Just kind of check in with your body, what you're feeling. Move around a little bit. Shake it off. Maybe you need to straighten your legs if you've been sitting. Just kind of shake it out. You should wipe your hips. So just be comfortable and cross-legged for a moment. We're just going to kind of do some things here starting on the ground. So let's just start just rotating your neck, just taking your neck through its full range of motion, but keeping nice and spacious here in the back neck. And we're not trying to be too hard on our neck. We're not trying to really wrench the joint. Just nice, warming up the supporting nut muscles, getting the synovial fluid moving, lubricating the joints. Letting go of tension, relax your jaw, your face, your shoulders. Go the opposite direction. And then relax. And we're going to start with just rotating our shoulders forward. So really getting the shoulders up towards the ears, moving the scapula off the back, the shoulder blades. It's nice and fluid in your spine, in your hips, in your neck. Find your own rhythm here. And we're going to go the opposite direction. Okay, so let's straighten our legs. So we're going to bring our hands towards the back edge of the mat, our feet together. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in, we're going to come up on the bottom of the feet, straightening the knees, the back, letting the head fall back. Slowly relax. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in, coming up. And relax. Take your hands, shake them out, shake out your shoulders. You can support your back here by putting your hands either behind your back, or you can bring them here to your thighs, whatever is more comfortable. So maybe if your hamstrings are a little bit more tight, you might want a little bit more of this bend. You know, if you're wanting to use your back a little bit more, just try not to let yourself hunch if you're leaning, okay? So just either way. And we're going to start with just bringing down just the toes, as if you're trying to grab something with your feet. So really activating our monkey toes here. So coming down and up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up. And then we'll bring the full foot forward and then back. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up. Now internally rotate, and then externally rotate. in, out, in, out, in, up, in, up, in, up, in, and up. Now bring the feet together, and then we're just going to slowly just rotate the ankles here. It's nice and gentle, just warming up the joints, gently activating the support muscles, just getting circulation here. And go the opposite direction. And then relax. Just a moment, check out your arms, check out your hands. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our right leg up. We're going to take our right arm underneath, and we're going to grab at the right wrist. So I don't want you to grab at the hand, because I don't want you to wrench the wrist. So just grab at the strong part of the forearm. And then we're going to just slowly start to just rotate the knee in this counterclockwise or clockwise position, whatever way you'd like to start. And what we're doing here is we're just activating the hamstring, the quadriceps, warming up the knee muscles, gently strengthening and toning in these areas. We're also gently flexing the biceps and the shoulder. So this is a subtle activation there too. And now go the opposite direction. And then relax. And we'll switch legs. We'll take the left hand underneath, grab the left wrist, and then rotate. Go the opposite direction. And then relax. We're going to take the right foot into the crook of the thigh, so kind of like it's kind of like almost like a half lotus. We're just going to start to just kind of balance our knee here. So my hands aren't really doing anything. I just rest my hand here on the top. But really what I'm doing is activating the adductors and abductors of the hip. And we're just kind of warming up these inner thigh muscles and warming up the meniscus tendons of the knee. So we're just kind of being gentle here, just kind of warming, just kind of playing with our flexibility. And stay upright in your back, don't let yourself hunch too much. You know, being up in your sit bones. Just balancing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this churning motion. So it's kind of a push. My hand comes here on the knee. My left hand grabs here at the foot. And then I just kind of push towards the outside of my body. And then I pull across. So it's like I'm doing it. I'm rowing a boat with my knee, taking myself to safety. So just kind of rowing. Really activating these hip rotators, getting it moving in the joint. Now that you just figured this side out, now we're going to go the opposite direction. Confuse you all over again. Why does this guy keep wanting to take the boat a different direction? I don't get it. Alright, relax. Now we're going to hug into our chest. So we're going to take our left arm here at the ankle, and then you can try to come around and make this triangle with your fingers interlaced, If that's not possible, another way is to take the arms underneath and try to pull in, or just kind of, you can kind of hug from this direction. So just do whatever is comfortable, whatever is possible. And we're just going to kind of hug into our chest, giving kind of this SI joint hip stretch. I just gently kind of rock it, you know, kind of rocking my foot like a little baby, you know. You know, just releasing here a little bit of the sacrum. And then relax. Now we're going to take the left foot into the crook of the thigh, this half lotus again. And we're just going to kind of bounce again here, just kind of gently warming up the adductors and abductors, the meniscus tendons in the knee. Kind of also here engaging here at the ankle. Nice. Now we're going to start rotating. Just kind of this rowing the boat motion again. All right, let's go the opposite direction. Now relax. Now we're going to bring the hugging into our chest again. Just taking the right arm underneath the ankle, coming across. You might find that it's different on both sides. So you could do, you know, remember this way, or you can also do this way. So whatever's comfortable, whatever's possible. And then just kind of gently shaking. Listening to your own body. Remember, only do, you know, you only need to do about 70% of your fullest intensity to get the maximum benefit without any strain in the body. So I don't want to really be straining up here, my upper back, trying to bring my thigh in as close as I can, because now my traps hurt, and my back hurts, and my arm hurts. So I shouldn't do that, right? So be comfortable in your whole practice. Listen to your body. Do as many repetitions as your body wants, not what my body wants. All right, relax. Shake it out, shake out your shoulders, shake out your hands, just shake out your feet, windshield wiper the hips. All right, now we're going to bring our feet together, coming up on the sits bones. We're going to do butterflies. So feet together, bring them as close as you can, and then we're just going to kind of start with just bouncing. Just kind of really activating the adductors and abductors, still warming up the knees, kind of trying to come up on your sits bone, keeping a more straight low back. We're just kind of, this is a little bit more vigorous. And the idea is that you want to get it all the way down to the floor. Your knees want to slap the floor. But again, listen to your body. And releasing, take your hand and just kind of assist in this motion. Don't go too fast, or you might fly away. It's mostly for my own entertainment, I swear. relax. So we'll bring our feet in a little bit closer. We're going to come up on our sit bones. So you're going to interlace the fingers around the toes. But don't pull the blades of the feet off the ground. Keep the blades of the feet on the ground. We're going to go as far as we can with a straight back. Then we can start to round. And you can take your elbows, push them into your thighs or calves. And then you rotate bringing toward your nose towards your toes or your forehead towards the floor. You can also bring the elbows to the ground depending on what your flexibility is. Just be comfortable in your body. And as you do this, do it with breath. So maybe on the in breath, I release just slightly, breathing into that area of tension. And then on the out breath, I breathe down, out into it. Go deeper. So breathing in, filling that area with new prana. Breathing out, folding down into it. So find your own natural rhythm. Maybe you hold and you just take deep breaths. We're going to be holding this posture for probably a minute or so. So just keep in here. Let go of your head and neck, your shoulders. Take nice, full, deep breaths. Maybe throughout your practice, on the in-breath, imagine the mantra so, the syllable so, and then on the out-breath, hum. Or if you want to connect to the Divine Mother, you can imagine the mantra Om, Hrim, H-R-I-M. The Om, Soham, is I am, coming into this sense of I amness, this idea that I'm not this or that, I'm not that which identifies with something. I just simply am as I am. I am fully who I am, and situated in that sense of centeredness as being fully that. And Om Hrim is the union between ourselves and the Divine Mother, between the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. This is that connection to our deepest power and creativity. That thing that connects all living things, all living beings, all matter. So Om Hrim or Soham. So on the in-breath, Ham on the out-breath. Om on the in-breath, Hrim on the out-breath. You can chant this out loud. You can do it under your breath. Whatever is in your own practice. And slowly come back up. You can bend your knees together, and then we're just going to straighten the legs. And then just kind of take a moment here, shake them out, let go of any tension that may have just accumulated. And windshield up your hips. We're actually going to go into this posture. So let's take our legs wide. Come up on your sits bone. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in, bring the hands up. We're going to fold over towards our right. You can either grab the outside of the ankle, or you can take the big toe in the mudra, with this, like the pointer and the grab the toe and then your elbow comes on the inside. The arm just goes long. Try to keep our shoulders in line. But again, don't try to really rigidly keep your head up. Don't strain the neck. Just let the neck be comfortable. Let your arm be comfortable. Just try to keep the shoulders in line and feel this nice stretch from the top of the hip bone into the intercostal spaces of the ribs. Maybe you want to take the top arm, fold it behind you, and open up the chest here. Really open up the heart center. You ready? Slowly coming up. Take a moment, reset your shoulders, reset your body. Shake it out a little bit. And then we're breathing in. And then out towards the left side. Again, you can either grab the outside ankle or bring it elbow in here, grabbing the big toe. You can also just grab the shin if that's where you're on in your practice. Either way, no judgments. We're all tighter on certain days than others. Just be comfortable in your own body. Try to keep the shoulders in line. Keep the neck relaxed. Tuck that top arm behind the back if you'd like to open up in the heart center. Open up the chest. Bring the scapula back. Ready, slowly come back. Just take a moment, shake it out. Let go of the tension in your shoulders, your face, your back, your hips, thighs, calves, feet. We're going to push out just a little bit more. There's going to be a couple ways of doing this. One way, just kind of get it straight back, and you just kind of push from behind you. And this allows that, and you keep the feet plantar flexed. Yeah, plantar flexed. With your heels sticking out, your toes coming back. And that's activating through the hamstrings and a little bit here in the inner thighs. Another way is to grab kind of here at the calves, or if you can go for the big toes, you can go for the insides of the ankles, depending on where you're at, and then you just pull forward. Another way is just to reach and try to find a space in front of you that you feel is nice and long. And again, with it, where you're doing this, you can kind of breathe into the stretch. So breathing in, maybe I release a little bit, breathing out, I go a little bit deeper. Really have this nice relationship with your breath throughout all the postures. This really helps to get the prana moving, the energy moving, helps to get the blood circulating, warming up those areas, really getting oxygen in the muscles as they're stretching. So it's really an important aspect of practice. Really, I really encourage connecting to your breath. So just come down when you're ready. Just kind of find your spot, let go of your head and neck.
Feel that nice stretch in the thoracic and cervical spine, the rhomboids opening, the erectors in the back. Maybe feel a little stretch here in the lumbar, stretching here in the hamstring attachment. And then your thigh. You can remember your mantra on the in-breath, so, on the out-breath, hum. Maybe on the in-breath, om. On the out-breath, preem. You can tuck your belly just slightly to go a little bit deeper into the posture. And slowly come back. Just one vertebrae at a time. Pull your body back. Just gently start wiggling your feet, shaking, really rotating those femur joints here. We're going to windshield wiper the hips. We're going to come into cross-legged. So this is, we're in kind of a log posture here. So there's going to be a few ways to do this. The ultimate way is essentially, not ultimate, I would say that the way if your knees are very flexible and your hip is open, is to put the ankle on top of the knee and then to have this ankle underneath the knee. And then that's just kind of a straight, it's just straight, right? So, but if that's not available to you, what you do is you just take that top foot down and you kind of bring it into the crook of the bottom of the knee. So that like it's a little bit more hugged, it's a little bit more open. And you can kind of keep bringing that wider and wider depending on how, because a lot of times, you know, most of us, we aren't used to sitting cross-legged. So often when we go to do our leg cross-legged, our knee might look like this. We might be like, oh, that's impossible, how are we gonna do that? You know, so that's totally okay. It takes time, and that's we kind of work towards this. The other way would be just to sit in your standard cross-legged posture. So what we'll do is we'll switch which leg is in front. So those are kind of some different variations you can kind of go into. So I'm going to do this version, and then what we'll do is just kind of come up here on our sits bone, get a nice straight back. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in, bring the hands up. And we're going to fold forward. Just coming over top of our knee. Bring the forehead towards the floor, elbows towards the ground. Just go as far as comfortable. Feel this nice stretch here in the kind of hip bone, the root of that SI joint. This is a great posture for helping to get better at things like pigeon pose or helping with things like sciatica. So again, have a nice relationship with your breath.
Remembering on the in-breath, we can fill in, release a little bit. On the out-breath, go a little bit deeper, or just go right back to where we were before. Only about 70% of our fullest expression is needed to give us the max benefit. So don't strain unnecessarily. You can tuck your belly just slightly to go a little bit deeper. Remember your mantra. You could also say something like, I am, on the in-breath, on the out-breath, loving awareness. I am loving awareness. This is a great mantra by Ram Das. Great affirmation. What a beautiful way of being. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. If we can really possess that state of loving awareness in our practice, in our daily life, everything becomes possible. We become so much more centered in the present and in who we are. We're not so affected by all the little shifts of life. It's this idea of just becoming aware, but then approaching everything from this place of unconditional love, acceptance, understanding. This is really the way in which we can become the happiest, the most joyful, loving in our life. The living in us, in our own truth. By living in a mood of love. Slowly coming back up, just one vertebra at a time. Just take a moment here, reset. Shoulders. We're going to take our left hand and put it into our left knee. We're going to slowly start coming here to the side. So you can put your hand here down, rest. The elbow here down to the ground. You can also take the arm long and go in a little deeper stretch. We're just rooting the knee down so that we can feel this nice stretch here from the top of the ilium, the hip bone, into the lower aspects of the ribs. It's really stretching that kind of quadratus labrum. Nice deep breaths. Soham. Om Hri. I am loving awareness. Straighten your legs here just to reset. Just gonna start shaking out your feet, getting those femur joints moving, shaking out any tension here.
windshield wiper your feet, your hips. And relax. Now we're going to switch legs. We're going to take our left leg underneath, or whatever your opposite leg was. We're going to put the foot here on the knee, in the crook, or a little bit wider, or just here in front. So those are the variations. So just take a nice deep breath in, straight spine, and out. Take a deep breath in, coming up, and folding forward. Bring the elbows to the floor, or just go as far as comfortable. Working our forehead with the floor as it's available to us. Take nice full deep breaths, keep enough space in the body so your breath is never inhibited. Slowly coming back up. Take a moment, reset. We're going to take our right hand into the top knee. We're just going to slowly start cascading over towards our left. Bring the elbow down, take the arm long. Look a little bit deeper of a stretch so that your shoulders be in line, kind of with the hips. And then just let your neck relax however you'd like it to be. Just be nice and easy with your body. Feel this nice and open stretch here from the top of the hip bone into the intercostal spaces of the ribs. windshield wiper the hips. See where we're at on time here. Alright, we're doing good on time. Nice. Run fine time. Always seems to work out. Alright, so we're going to slowly come down here to make an elbow, an L, with your hands on your back, and we're going to come down one elbow at a time, coming down into Shavasana. So we'll just lay on our back here for a moment. Let your back, your spine conform to the earth. If you find this is a little too intense, you can bring the knees up towards the chest, up towards the hips. You can kind of walk them in. And you can bring the palms of the hands down on the ground. This is just kind of a nice way of resetting the nervous system, resetting the back. Or you can just relax here in Shavasana. Let yourself be held by Mother Earth, by Bhumi Mata. Let your spine move along, feel the gravity sort of dispersing. We're going to take our arms at a T from our shoulders. We're going to bring our left leg at 90 degrees off of the hip. We're going to slowly cascade it towards the left or the right. And then we're going to look over the left shoulder. Now, if this is too intense, you can also use the knee and just go over just the knee. Or you can bend both knees and just roll over to the side. Whatever is available to you in your practice. Just kind of follow your own intuition. Yourself go long. That nice opening here in the ribs, the back, the hip, the thigh, and the chest. You're ready, slowly coming back up to 90. Bring the foot down. Relax here for a moment. Bring your neck back to neutral. Bring the left foot up to 90 degrees. Bring the right foot up to 90 degrees. And cascading it over to the left. Taking your gaze over the right shoulder. And again, remember you can do any of those variations with knee bent or both knees bent. Ready, slowly bring the leg back up to 90 degrees. Bring it down towards the mat. Bring your arms back down towards your sides. I'm going to bend the right knee, roll over onto the belly. And here, I just want you guys to bring your forehead to the ground, the tops of your feet to the ground. Bring the palms together, long in front of you in a pranam, the prostration. Just kind of honoring the sacredness of your practice, the sacredness of yourself,
the sacredness of the Divine Mother, the Divine Father, the sacredness of all being. You can give your hips a little wibble wobble here. It helps you just kind of reset the spine, reset the nervous system, the hips. And we're going to bring our hands towards the sides, our forearms in the ground, tops of the feet on the floor, feet together.
We're just going to come up here in a gentle Sphinx pose. Just let you have this nice, gentle back bend. Appreciate that space in the the abdomen and the chest. Opening the back, and then just gently come down.
And we'll do one more time.
Just gentle Sphinx pose here. And then what I want you to do is I want you to bend your knees.
Bring your head down towards the floor. Now we're going to bring our hands to the level of the chest, elbows towards the sides. We're going to come up into upward dog, or cobra. I think cobra would be a better way of saying this. So we come up
in the cobra, elbows are bent, head falls back, shoulders are down from the ears. And then we're going to push back
into a kind of puppy dog pose that's stretching the front of the shoulders.
And come forward, back into cobra. Back down into puppy dog,
or whatever this pose is called.
One time, coming into cobra. And pushing back.
This time, when we come down, we're going to come into child's pose. So we're going to sink down in between the middle, our big toes are going to come together. Bring your hands together in that pranam to open up in the chest, open up in the shoulders, the triceps. We're going to walk our hands towards the right, opening up the left side body. Really feeling this stretch in the top of the hip bone, and the quadratus lumborum, and up into the intercostal spaces of the ribs. Feeling an opening. Slowly walk towards the other side. walk back towards the middle. We're going to walk the hands, bring the hands level to the forehead. We're going to push up.
We're going to come into all fours with a neutral spine. So you can kind of tuck the toes if you'd like. Just going to do a little wibble wobble, shake your tail around a little bit. And then we're going to start rotating the hips. Really opening, engaging all of those hip rotator muscles. Opening up the side body, engaging the core. I'm going to go the opposite direction. And relax. Come back to a neutral spine. We're going to do scapula push-ups. We're going to push up with the shoulders, rolling the chin to chest, and we're going to sink down, bringing the scapula to each other. So breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. At your own rhythm, breathing in. Okay, a couple more times. And then back to neutral. We're going to do a few rounds of, actually I want to do a shoulder opener. So we're going to bring our left hand in line with the face. We're going to bring our right arm up towards the sky, twisting. And then we're going to tuck that right arm underneath, laying down into this shoulder opener. You can kind of take the shoulder a little bit wider on the right hand side if you want to open up that rotator cuff. Slowly release, coming back up to all fours. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. We're going to take our right hand underneath the face, opening up the left side. Doing this nice little twist here. I'm going to weave the left arm underneath, coming down, opening up the shoulder. You can take the shoulder a little wider on the mat. That would deepen the stretch for you. Be nice and gentle with your body. you're ready, slowly come out, and back to neutral. And a few rounds here of cat-cow. So tucking the tailbone, arching the spine, chin to chest. Sinking down in the middle, sinking out the butt on the out breath. So breathing in and out. 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 Just do this 5 more times at your own pacing. Really getting this fluidity in the spine, opening things up, sticking with your breath. And relax, go back to neutral, keep it out. We're gonna walk our hands back and come up on high knees. So we're just gonna do kind of a small little flow here. So just kind of try it with me. I have not yet done this in this exact way, but we're gonna give it a shot. So just kind of first check in with your body. Actually, just first, let's just do a gentle kind of spinning here. Just kind of twist, opening up the spine, getting things moving a little bit more, continuing to release tension in the body. Maybe do little cactus arms, or you can just take your arms long, open up the chest this way. It's really nice too. Alright, now relax. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, coming up. You can bring your hands, if you'd like, into this kind of triangle. This is that Shiva kind of consciousness, mudra, Saul teaches. And then bring French pressing down, pushing. And maybe at the bottom you do this downwards triangle, which represents Shakti, the Divine Mother. Then bringing weaving the hands back, doing this gentle back bend. And then when you push forward, there's a little bit of force, this little ferocity, channeling our inner Kali. So when we come out, I want to bring out your tongue like lion's breath, like that. And then when you're weaving it back, then weave it back again. And then we're going to push down, kind of coming into a long stretch. We'll come back one vertebrae at a time, kind of phoenix rising, breathing in, French pressing down, breathing in, pulling back, gentle back bend, breathing out, lion's breath, push out, breathing in, weaving back, breathing out, French press down, bending, coming into this prostration, breathing in, coming up one vertebrae at a time, up, breathing out, French pressing down, breathing in, weaving back, breathing out, let go of your face, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, out,
Out. Breathing in. Out. Breathing in one more time. Breathing in. And down.
Just relax here for a second. Sink it out here a little bit. In the hands at the level of the forehead, or just beyond the forehead.
Just gonna roll forward. Actually, it's a little longer than that. We'll do that gentle cobra again. Breathing out, coming back. Breathing in, cobra. And slowly relax the feet down towards the ground. Coming down.
You can make a pillow with your hands having your forehead on the ground. And you can just give yourself a little wibble wobble this way. You can also take the feet wide into crocodile legs, and you can lay your hands on a cheek or keep your hands here on the forehead. These are also nice. It's kind of belly relaxation. When the time feels right, bring your feet together. We're just going to push over. We're going to come down into our final Shavasana, our final relaxation posture of the day. So as you come down onto your mat, let yourself relax, let your spine become long. Bring the palms up towards the sky. Feet fall towards the outer edges of the mat. Take nice, full, deep breaths. Maybe here you remember your mantra. Soham Om Hrim. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. And really breathing into these areas of tension, these areas of fatigue that may be still lingering in the body. Maybe there's none, and that's great too. Just let yourself relax. Consciously breathe in new prana, filling and invigorating, increasing your ojas, your vitality. With every breath, with every movement throughout your practice, expressing gratitude. We're going to do a chant to Krishna, just that Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is such a celebratory mantra. It's all about the beauty of life. You know, Krishna, the most beautiful, the supreme and powerful one, the one who is the supreme giver of joy. Rama, the embodiment of all righteousness, all dharma, all truth, all pleasures. Hare, the perfect devotee, the perfect representation of the mother, the perfect embodiment of the combination between the mother and father. These husband and lovers and all these things, it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. So it's a really wonderful mantra for just celebrating and getting into the sweetness. The Hari Bol is sing the name of God, sing the name of the divine, sing the name of Hari, that which is the most high. So just enjoy the sweetness, go into your own meditation.
also another chant I learned with Saul this last weekend. So again, thank you, Saul, David Ray, for just channeling your own divine teachings and love through me and through all that you shared with us this last week. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Bo, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shalom Salam Amen. Om Shanti Shanti. Shanti. Hari Om. Surgyopyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just take a moment. Begin wiggling your fingers and your toes. Begin moving your limbs. When the time feels right, bend your right or left knee, roll over onto your side, make a nice pillow with your hands. Just lay in this posture of self-nourishment, self-love, comfort. When the time feels right, come back up into seated. Give yourself a big hug. Show yourself gratitude and appreciation for taking this time for yourself. Just repeat after me. Just say, I love you. I forgive you. I understand you. I appreciate you. I accept you. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am capable. Soham. Om Hrim. I am loving awareness. I love you. I forgive you. I appreciate you. I understand you. I accept you. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am capable. Soham. I am. Om Hrim. One with the all divine. I am loving awareness. Give yourself a big squeeze. Thank you all for being here and sharing this with me. Thank you to the Divine for giving me a migraine so that I could be so inspired this morning. So much love to all of you. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste. Thank you guys.